Hello and welcome to part 2 of our Honda Monkey build. So if you haven't already, please check out the playlist and you can watch the unboxing and the previous part 1 of this video up until where we're at now. In this video I've just done this swing arm here, which is step 5, including the brake calipers. So that's all complete now. Just for those who may not have seen, we've done the bike frame and we've installed the engine. There it is there with the rear fender and tail lights. So, and that's all been clear coated and ready for more to be added to it. I've also clear coated these as well. So that's all done. And we've gone over now to step 6, which is the rear wheel, and I've just done the rim. So the rim's been painted, and the chain, and along with the chain guard. Okay, so let's have a look at the pieces on here. All right, so this is all done. I do have to do the black in the center. I'm doing it a little bit different, mainly because the chain, they want that to be gunmetal, but I don't have any gunmetal, so I'm just doing it silver chrome. And because the insides here are going to be silver chrome, I want it to stand out a bit, so I'm going to do the cogs in here black. All right, and then I'll come along with my Posca chrome pen and do the bolt heads on that, just to add a little bit of detail, but I think that'll look good. So once that's all done, and that needs to be clear coated yet as well, I've also got our tyre here, which doesn't need any prep at all. That's ready to go on straight away, so that'll be fine. You can see all the tread on that. It's nicely detailed rubber tyre. We'll be able to put that on the rim and then attach all these parts together to that swing arm. There it is there. And then we'll move on to the next step 7, which we'll have a quick look at now, because pretty much waiting for parts to dry at the moment. And it's got, well, it's called attaching the swing arm, obviously. And so we've got this part here is going to be done, which looks like your gear shift. It goes down in here. It's a shame they don't actually explain what these parts are. You just got to figure it out. But that's what it looks like going together. And then that's what it looks like going on. We'll need some more screws here. I might get that screw out ready as well for attaching the cog onto the wheel, and the wheel with the brake disc. All right. So yeah, I guess in the meantime I may as well get some parts off for these and have a look at what colors we've got to paint them. And once the other parts have given another half hour or so to dry out there, I'll give the clear coat, then I'll bring them in and we'll catch up on all of this. Okay, excellent guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already to the channel, and give us a thumbs up. Think of anything you want to mention or comment below, that you're welcome to do that. And I will see you all shortly in a second. Hello, welcome back. So I've got quite a bit done behind the scenes. I just had a great run. I just thought, oh, I'll just keep going, and I did. So as far as part 6 is concerned, we've got all our parts ready to go on. Here's the swing arm, and I've attached, I don't know if I already showed that or not, the brake calipers that are connected to that. All right, so that is ready to be have the chain put on. So there's our chain done the silver for the chain and black gloss for the these parts, and also a bit of a touch with some chrome on the nuts on there. So they're good, that's good to go. Our rim is done. There's our rim done in the chrome, and it's all been clear coated and ready to go. And we did the black on the valve stem disc down in the bottom there. There's our disc brakes ready to be attached as well. They'll go onto there. Tyre will go on the rim. And we're just going to do all this bit by bit, and I'll just keep coming back. Here I went and did the this is attaching the swing arm. So this was the gear change and brake lever. So there's our brake lever there and our gear changer, gear shift there, and they get attached to these, okay, that go on each side. That one's for the brakes. I think it has all the brake line connects onto there. And we've got our chain guard here. So that's all painted and all clear coated. Everything's clear coated. And then what I've done is I've got the springs here because we need, I did step 6. So let's have a quick look here. All right. So step 6, we've got all that, and I'm going to connect it all together now, and we'll build all that up. Step 7, we've got all that done, so that'll all go on, and then we can put that rear swing arm with the wheel and connect that onto the frame of the body, so we'll be able to get all that done. I've also got step 8. I started on the spring rear dampers, as they're called. They're done. Now I've made a bit of a difference with these. So they want you to paint the springs, but it says here apply metal primer, which I don't have. Now I'm sure I've got the Mr. Surfacer would have been fine. But what I've decided to do is I'm not going to paint the springs. I'm just going to leave them as they are like that. We've got some chrome parts here for those, so they'll go on the ends, as you can see here and here. And this part here, where it says XF1 to paint that black that sits up inside the spring, I've actually done it red, the color of the bike. There it is there. So that's looking nice. So that'll, instead of having the actual spring red, I'll have the inside of it red. I think that'll work. All right. So yeah, right now we're at the stage of putting all this together, and the first thing I need to do, just while we're here now, is get the tape off this. Just see how that went. See how that went there, and that was perfect. Yeah, that looks good. So that's that. We've just got to slide the spring over the top of that, and same with the other one here. Take that off, peel this off, and again that worked out well too. Done. All right. So I'll put all these pieces on, and yeah, how about we'll do it in a time lapse. Haven't done one of them for a while, so we'll get all this together in a time lapse. All right. Okay, let's begin. Okay, so that all went together fine. Nothing to report there. Back wheel, back swing arm, the chain, the brake and gear change went on. Although you might have noticed, I actually put the brake lever on upside down. I was wondering why it wasn't fitting properly, and that was why. So I just changed that around. That was all right. Other than that, it's all good. I've stopped here because we got to do the shock absorbers, and they got to be put together first, which is pretty simple, really. As far as I can tell, it's just popping the spring on like that, popping one of these little rings on like that, I think, yeah, and then putting that on. So I'm going to put these together, and then we'll pop them on the bike, which is pretty simple also. There's a connection point here and here. And by the way, the spot we are at in the instructions now is 6 is done, 7 is done, so I'll cross that off. 8, we're just about to put them together, so I'll mark that off now. And then 9 will be fitting them. Again, we need some tiny little screws, which I have in our little bag here. We'll use these. Now, oh, there was one thing about this here. I thought I was missing one of the screws, because when I checked the size here, I saw 1 by 10 this size. I put one on there to measure, and no problem. And I thought, well, there's one's got to go on the other side, but I couldn't find another one the same. And I thought, oh no, I've either lost one or I've put one somewhere else that's the wrong screw. Anyway, as it turns out, they're actually different size. So this one's a bit longer, this screw, which was one of the screws I had. So just be aware of that. The right hand side brake pedal screw that goes in is a little bit longer. Okay, it's 12 millimeter, whereas this one is 10 millimeter. Okay, so they're not exactly the same on each side. All right, so yeah, these screws, no problem, pop them on and they'll be fine. There's also a kickstand going on here as well, which I haven't even taken that off or painted it up. But we'll come back when these are on. I think that'll be the best bet, and we'll have a look at them. Okay, back in a sec. All right, so shock absorbers are on. Lined up perfectly. It actually leveled this swing arm out to the right position where that connected to the bottom there and up under the seat. Both sides are on. I'm glad I did that red on the inside. It looks good. The only tricky part was these caps at the ends. They're quite a tight fit. You've really got to push them down hard to get them on, and try not to scratch any of the paint, which was okay. There was a tiny little bit, but fortunately it's up underneath, you can't see, so that's good. Now the next step here is doing that kickstand, like I mentioned. Now I'm going to put that on. It'll go on, you can see the point where it's going to go on there, but it doesn't fold up. It stays down, so that's going to be in the way. I don't want to break it off, so I'll do that part. I'll take it off the sprue and paint it all up as part of the next step, but I won't fit it. I'll put it aside until the end of the build, because I'm pretty sure it's going to get knocked off while I'm handling this. Okay, so yeah, so let's have a quick look at step 10. I'll just zoom the camera out and we'll see what we got to do next. Okay, so I will cross off step 9, but I will circle that because we haven't done that yet. This and this is all done, but we'll know to go back. So step 10 now is the front forks. Okay, quite a bit here. We've got this top section, putting that together, and then that goes to here. Then it goes onto the fender. I like how it says snap there. It's a scary word to have, isn't it? Let's hope it doesn't snap literally. So that's the fender. Just showing a couple of bits there that need to be trimmed off. Here we've got A1, A2, which are again, we got the shock absorbers, and some brackets to go. Looks like some brackets to go on there, and that's where this will connect into the center. So that looks fine. This looks like a front brake caliper. Not too sure what that is. There's a B50. We'll have a look at what comes off the sprue. They're probably already connected, but need to be done a different color. And up here we've got the box here. We've got A or B, depending on which one we're building. And it's got denotes the base coat of TS17, then an overcoat of TS74. That's interesting. And B's a different one. So we'll have a look at the picture of the bike itself. Might be the best bet here, and have a look what they're talking about. All right, so okay, so pretty much just I need to do the bike color for the struts here. That piece in there will also be the color of the bike. That's pretty simple. There's a dark area there. These are the aluminium color, and there's our chrome fender on there. So yeah, looks pretty good. All right, well, I'm going to take off the parts off the sprue, and then and we'll have a closer look and see how we're going to get these painted up. Yeah, should be fine. All right, be back in a sec. Okay, so there's all our parts needed for step 10. The front forks, we're going to paint them red. This part here will be black. I've got that upside down. It should be like that and like that. All right, so it's going to be red. I'm going to mask off a little bit here because we need some aluminium parts done in there as well. There's two little clamps that go on there, aluminium. This top of the whole section here, where these go up into, that will be in aluminium, and the rest is black. We've got the horn here, the mount for it there goes on to this, which is also gloss black, and which attaches to the top of that front fender. So not too bad, a little bit of fiddly work and a bit of taping up to do. So I'll get on to this and I'll show you a bit of progress as I go. All right, I'll be back again in a sec. Okay, welcome back again. So gone ahead and got all these painted up completely. They weren't hard to do at all. I've got our gloss red on there, it's looking good. The black is done on them as well, and I hand painted the silver in the center there, or the chrome, and that's come up really well. We've done the horn with chrome around the outside of the horn. It looks good. This is the top of those shock absorbers there, forks, front forks, so that's all done in silver as well, aluminium, along with the two little clamps that will sit part of the way up there. And then we've got this piece here. Somewhere in here there's a piece that's got the gauge on it. I think it's the black one here. I'm just checking. No. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, that's the next step. While all this was drying, I went on and started with step 11. So these are all set to put together now, so I'll be able to do that now. But in the meantime, I have the front wheel done with the front disc brake. These are just the parts off, so none of these are painted or anything yet. There's the instrument cluster will be on that piece there, which I have, which is a single little decal. There it is there. So that'll go on. I just don't want to lose that, so I'm keeping that in place. There's the fender for the front, and yeah, that's all looking good too. So now I need to clean up all these parts because I've just clipped them off, and then prime them, except for that, of course, and that's it there. That's what I was thinking of. That's where the gauge goes in there, the decal, and get all that ready to paint as well. Okay, and also clear coating. So these will also have to be clear coated after they're dry. These, when they dry fully, they haven't yet, also need to be clear coated. So because of that, and then waiting for that to dry, there's not much more I can do. So having said that, we'll finish the video here. And in part 3, we'll get all this put together, and then that'll be step 10 and 11 done. And of course, step 12 will be putting those front forks on. Okay, looking forward to that. All right, guys, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in part 3, hopefully. If you've got anything to comment about, let me know in the comments. I always read all your comments, and it's great to hear your thoughts in there. As usual, catch you on the live stream on the weekend, and you're welcome to join. We've got, I think we've got an extra 5 members have joined up, so that's been really good. So that's growing and helping the channel out so much too. Really good. I'm actually thinking of buying another kit and some more paint for the next build. All right, thank you everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye for now. Cheers.